Human life involves many roles. From the moment we wake up to the time we go to bed, we are constantly shifting between different identities. These roles are necessary for society to function. They create a framework within which we interact and coexist. Think of a doctor helping a patient. This role is crucial for maintaining health and well-being in the community, or a teacher guiding a student. These are functional roles that shape the future by imparting knowledge and wisdom. They serve a purpose in the world of form. Each role contributes to the larger tapestry of society. Without them, organized society would be difficult. The structure they provide is essential for order and progress. We all play multiple roles throughout our lives. Each role brings its own set of responsibilities and expectations. You might be a parent, a child, an employee, or a friend. These roles define our interactions and relationships. Each role comes with certain expectations. These roles can change over time, adapting to new circumstances. You may stop being an employee at one place. This transition can be a significant change in your life. You may start a new role elsewhere. Embracing new roles can bring growth and new opportunities. This diversity is part of human experience. It enriches our lives and broadens our perspectives. These roles give structure to our interactions. They help us navigate the complexities of social life. But this sense of identity is based on form. It is a construct that helps us function in the world. It is not the deeper truth of your being. The essence of who you are goes beyond these roles. Roles are like clothes we wear. They can be changed and discarded as needed. They are not the essence of who we are. Our true self is much deeper and more profound. The being underneath the role is formless. It is the core of our existence, untouched by external labels. Recognizing roles as temporary functions is important. It allows us to approach life with a sense of freedom and flexibility. It brings lightness to our actions. Understanding this can lead to a more fulfilling and balanced life. Over-identification with roles is a primary source of suffering. The ego loves to identify with things. Roles are very attractive to the ego. It says, I am a manager or I am an artist. The I am becomes attached to the role. This creates a conceptual identity. This identity is fragile. It needs constant reinforcement. When a role becomes your main identity, you are trapped. You act according to a mental script. This script is defined by the role. Spontaneity is lost. True presence is diminished. You become predictable, a bundle of conditioned responses. This identification leads to fear. The ego fears the loss of the role because it means the loss of its perceived self. The way out is to see the role for what it is. This brings a sense of freedom. Hierarchical structures often strengthen role identification. Think of a traditional army or a very rigid corporation. In these systems, roles are clearly defined. There is a superior and an inferior. These labels become very powerful. They dictate how people interact. They often obscure the shared humanity. In such structures, the role can obscure the human being. One person sees another not as a person. They see them as my boss or my subordinate. This is a form of unconsciousness. The human being is reduced to a function or a label. Authentic connection becomes impossible. Fear and resentment often arise, or feelings of arrogance and entitlement. This can lead to dehumanization. Both are trapped in the illusion of their roles. Both are suffering, even if one seems to benefit. Section 4. Collective scripts. The limits of archetypes. Society presents us with many archetypes. These are like collective roles or patterns: the hero, the victim, the rebel, the saint, the wise elder, the innocent child. These are powerful images and stories. They exist in the collective human psyche. We absorb them from our culture, from stories, myths, and media. We often unconsciously identify with these archetypes, or we project them onto others. These archetypes become internalized scripts. They limit our range of expression. They dictate how we should feel and behave. They are subtle prisons for the mind. These archetypes are inherently limiting. The rebel must always find something to fight against. The nurturer must always put others first. This prevents us from being whole. We are more complex than any single archetype. Clinging to an archetype denies this fullness. Section 5. A call for freedom. The 1960s and role rejection. The 1960s was a time of great social upheaval. Many established norms were questioned. The hippie movement was a visible part of this. It represented a strong rejection of pre-established societal roles. Young people in particular felt constrained. They felt the roles offered by society were inauthentic. They sought something more real. They questioned the values of materialism. They challenged the expectations of conventional careers and family life. They rebelled against the roles of obedient citizen or conformist consumer. There was a deep yearning for freedom, a freedom from the pressures of a society they saw as superficial. This was a significant, though often chaotic, pushback against unconscious role-playing. It was a search for a different way of being. The movement explored alternative lifestyles. Peace, love, and personal expression were central themes. They wanted to break free from the old egoic patterns. Section 6. Presence in connection beyond the mask of self. When we see beyond roles, true connection becomes possible. It is in these moments that we experience the depth of human interaction. We see the other person not as a label, not as a function, but as a fellow human being. This shift in perception allows us to connect on a deeper level. As another expression of consciousness, we recognize the shared essence that binds us all. This is authentic human interaction. It is pure, unfiltered, and deeply fulfilling. It is a meeting of being with being where masks are dropped and true selves are revealed. It is rare in a world dominated by ego, yet these moments of genuine connection are invaluable. In such an interaction, there is no agenda from the ego. There is no pretense or facade. There is no desire to impress or to gain something. It is a space of mutual respect and understanding. There is no superiority or inferiority, just a shared human experience. There is simply shared presence. A moment where time seems to stand still, a sense of alert stillness, a profound awareness of the present moment, a recognition of the sacred in the other, an acknowledgement of our shared humanity. This kind of connection is profoundly healing. It nourishes the soul and brings a sense of wholeness. It reminds us of our shared essence, the core of who we truly are. This authenticity brings peace and aliveness. It revitalizes our spirit. It is free from the tension and fear that accompany role-playing. It is a space of true freedom. When you are not defending a role, you are relaxed, you are open, you are truly yourself. Section 7. Awakening Consciousness. The end of role-play. The liberation from roles is not just a personal journey. It is a profound transformation that touches every aspect of our lives. It is part of a larger, global shift. A shift that is reshaping societies and cultures around the world, a shift in human consciousness. This awakening is a collective movement towards a higher state of being. More and more people are awakening. They are beginning to see beyond the superficial layers of identity. They are realizing the limitations of the ego, understanding that true freedom lies in transcending these limitations. They see the suffering caused by unconscious role identification, the pain that comes from living a life dictated by external labels. This awakening is slow, but it is happening. Like flowers blooming, it unfolds gradually yet beautifully. This shift is crucial for the planet. Our collective consciousness directly impacts the health of our environment. Many of our world's problems are rooted in ego, in the relentless pursuit of self-interest and power, in rigid identification with roles, nationalities, religions, or ideologies. These divisions create barriers between us. Us versus them thinking is a direct result of this. It perpetuates conflict and misunderstanding, fuels conflict, division, and destruction. The consequences are visible in our fractured societies and damaged ecosystems. As individuals disidentify from their egoic roles, this lessens. They find peace within themselves and with others. A more peaceful world becomes possible. Cooperation and compassion replace competition and conflict. As you awaken from your own roles, you contribute to this shift. Your personal growth has a ripple effect on the collective. You become a point of presence in the world, a beacon of awareness and understanding. Your state of consciousness affects the collective. It inspires others to embark on their own journeys of awakening. It helps others to awaken, often in subtle ways. Your presence can be a catalyst for change. This is a quiet revolution from within, a transformation that begins with you and spreads outward, creating a more harmonious world.